We are doing live streaming, so if you need a fuzzy face, please let me know. If you want in other states or countries, so that's okay. So, welcome. That's why I moved to Albury, actually. Wanted to in another state. Well, actually, I'm in New South Wales still. So, morning. I'm Kathy Hyman. I'm the General Manager of Albury Northside Chamber of Commerce, and as well as Albury CBD. And today we are here all about Albury CBD. And I'm excited. This has been over 12 months of a journey to bring this together, and we've got the rest of our lives to go on that journey as well, especially for those businesses that have been in Dean Street and the surrounding streets in the Albury CBD for a long time, and those new businesses that have come to our region to set up, which recently, if you read the Border Mail, there's more and more of those young people coming from the cities to set up business in our region. So what we're presenting to you today is just a small step forward. It's not the be-all, end-all. It's just a way forward for us to be able to showcase the CBD to predominantly day trippers, overnight stays, but also because it's on the web, the rest of the world, which is fantastic. Just a few things before we kick start. I just wanted to, did we find Kelly? I forgot about Kelly from Regent Cinemas. Oh, there you go. So everyone, thanks Kelly. Thanks for the sugar hit and all the cakes and the tea and coffee. Really thank you for letting us host here today. Just so you know, this venue is available for business as well, or for community groups, even if you want to have your own party. Regent Cinema has lots of opportunities there, so just have a chat to Kelly and the team, and we really do appreciate them letting them have their space this morning, so thank you. And Kelly's also kindly offered for us to be able to put an Albury CBD slide and the new website up on the big screen when all the people are watching as well, so that is fantastic, and we really do appreciate that. So welcome Mayor Kevin Mack. Kevin, hand up. Yep. And Councillor Graham Doxey. Graham, thank you. And from Albury City Council, Sue Harper. Yep, thanks Sue. And Ros Walls. Yeah, just a special mention to Ros. Thank you. Your happy smiling face is always a pleasure. We love you. And she's a legend. So be nice to Ros this morning. And I just would like you guys to stand up and just quickly introduce yourself. Board members from Albury Northside Chamber of Commerce, could you just quickly stand up please so everyone can see you? Most of them in the front row.
Yeah, they didn't like the back row.
Let's start with you, Alex, because you're noisy.
Hi guys, Alex Berry, I'm an independent wine merchant. I'm self-employed nowadays and been part of the chamber almost 2 years. It's super fun. The networking opportunities and meeting people in this game is fantastic, and it's a very dynamic group and loving it.
Thanks, Alex. You are forever a legend.
Thank you.
Yes, great.
Brian Chapman. I'm a director of PRD. Got two other, which is a real estate agency for those who don't know. Two other directors here in the second front row. Also a farmer, board member of the Albury Club. That's about it.
Thanks, Graham.
Hamish Taylor, I'm a careers advisor at James Fallon High School. I joined the board 2 months-ish ago, so looking forward to working with the industry voice again.
Thanks, Hamish.
Barry Young, chair of Albury CBD, so excited to be midway, obviously.
Absolutely, Harry.
And also own and operate essentially ingredients here in Dean Street.
Thanks, Barry.
Sherry Janley, I'm the Centre Manager at Woodon Plaza, and I've been involved in the board for going on 2 years. And I'm the
Thanks, Mel. Forever the marketer.
Mel Gage, owner and operator of Starfish Marketing, and like Hamish, joined the board about 2-ish months ago.
And I'm Alison Bruce, I'm a principal at Harvard Andrews Lawyers. And like Sherry and Alex, I've been on the board for 2 years, and I'm also a director of a community initiative through Bendigo Bank called Predominantly Connected Communities, and the president of the Albury District Law Society, so I like to get involved outside of work as well in the community and what's going on. Great to see so many people here today.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate that. Anytime you want to talk to your board members, just pick up the phone or look at ANCC website. You can stalk them through LinkedIn if you like. Greg Ward's an apology. I know he was coming home from Sydney yesterday, so it may have been a longer trip than expected. And Dan Fuster is also a board member. Here's an apology today. Just quickly, I'd like to introduce you to the AlburyCBD committee. We do have here today Barry again, Chris Kenny. Chris, if you want to stand up. And is Michelle Nipris here this morning? I know she was. Oh, there you go, Michelle. Thank you. And I know Brendan Lee as well. Brendan, did you sneak in? No, you might be just pouring some coffees out at the City Cafe. These are our committee members and Barry, who stood up before. So with AlburyCBD, be quite happy to have a chat to any one of those. And also just to recognise Ryan Hasty, who's in the room at the moment. Ryan was on the committee at the beginning and has secured a fantastic job over at Wodonga Council, looking after their CBD, and I look forward to doing some cross-pollination of the beautiful two cities that we have, Albury-Wodonga, in the future as well. It's not about one, it's about all of us, as Kevin says. What is it, Kevin?
Two cities, one community.
Excellent, great segue.
One chamber.
Yeah, thanks, Kev. Always guarantee to go the next step. And just quickly, and I think it's really important that I do introduce these people. Andrew Cottrell hasn't snuck in. It's the New South Wales Business Chamber. If he does sneak in, we'll grab him. But Gary Salibo is Executive Officer of Regional Development Australia. Murray, Gary, stand up. So if you are looking for anything to do with grants, funding, opportunities from a regional basis, touch base with Andrew and also Gary as well. Thank you very much. So, now the exciting stuff. New members. Sorry about that, Gary. You are exciting, but we're on to that. So, Dan Breer. Did Dan make it this morning? No? And Cheryl Cornish? Yay, Cheryl! How are you? I've got my contacts on backwards today, I think, so that's why I can't see people. So you want to stand up and tell us about your exciting news, because you're an AlburyCBD business, and what have you done?
I'm a very new person to AlburyCBD business after quite a number of years in the corporate sector. I'm the customer that went and bought the little salad bar up the end of Dean Street. So I'm the new owner of Get Tossed. I've swapped my corporate high heels for a pair of very cool salad sneakers, and my feet haven't touched the ground since. So basically we're there to get fresh, fast, really fabulous food for everyone in the CBD, people working in the CBD, to have a decent lunch was what I always went to Get Tossed for when I was on the road travelling, when I was business sales. So we're freshening the place up. You've probably noticed there's a fantastic green door and there's a lot of young ladies in green aprons running around up there, and we'd love to see you all, love to talk to you about your catering needs. If you've got meetings and businesses and you don't want the same old sandwiches, please come and talk to us. And if you've got a party cream.
Thanks, Cheryl. And just another quick segue. Thanks to Chris for bringing the cartoned water this morning. How cool is that? Carton water. Definitely. That's from Chris from Two Fingers. I better mention the business too, hadn't I? Thanks. Okay, so Barry, you're on. So I'd like to, we've already introduced Barry from Essential Ingredients as well as AlburyCBD, and Barry's going to chat to you about the journey that we've been on for the last 12 months. Thanks, Barry.
Thanks, Kathy. It's great to see so many people here today. Now, this is something, I guess, that's important for AlburyCBD and our businesses, but it's also, as we've mentioned, great for the wider community as well. So we're all about the region. So while we're here and focused on building a stronger CBD, we also understand the ramifications that has for the region. So we're excited to see a stronger Wodonga, and Ryan's here today. He's had some great input into what we've been able to put together today. So it's all about working together to build a better region and a stronger region, and AlburyCBD forms part of that, obviously. So thank you to all for attending this morning. I think the Regent Cinema is a fantastic location to launch what we're about to talk about today. It's such a beautiful historic building that's lovingly maintained, and I think it speaks to me about the streetscape of Albury and the beautiful CBD we have. You can just walk down our street and the mix of old and new and open spaces is just a beautiful CBD. So And the Regent Cinema is part of that. It's beautiful, and we love having it the way it's maintained here in Albury. It also is a business, obviously, that needs to function in 2018, so it needs to tap into the way it communicates with its market, and that's what we're here about today with Albury CBD. As a way of context, some 12 months ago, the I'm from a sales and marketing background, so every time I hear strategic marketing, I always default to sales and marketing. So the strategic marketing plan, in consultation with local businesses, was put together 12 months ago. And as you can see there, the project there is to promote the Albury CBD as a major retail, commercial and cultural regional centre. We have a vision, in summary, which is where we want to be, is that Albury CBD will be the urban hub for the region and a key attractor for visitors from around Australia. Our mission, or how we will get there, we will achieve our vision through the collaboration efforts of local businesses. The important tagline that I continue to push, and hopefully we continue to push, is that Albury CBD is the capital of regional Australia. Now, this is a fairly, I suppose, ballsy statement to make, for want of a better term, but it's where we want to position ourselves, and it's where we see ourselves positioned in the market. Albury CBD and Albury region has all the elements to make that a reality. What would hold us back is if we don't have the self-belief to believe that we can get to that. So we continue to push that line, and we continue to push that in all our communications. Out of the strategic marketing plan, 4 key themes emerged, and we'll just quickly run through them. Establishing the marketing channels, so building the digital environment for our message. Number 2 there is to create collaborative marketing, so products, establishing natural goods and service alliances for mutual benefit. Raise the profile of the Albury CBD through the achievement of collaboration in marketing goals. Growing and scaling efforts through partnership and strategic alliances. Now, probably the word that stands out there most is collaboration, and that's what we're here about today, is the collaboration approach. So we understand that we get a far greater reach by collaborating together than we would ever have to achieve as individuals.
Drum roll.
Oh, I was hoping you would do a drum roll. I did think about that. Now, here's our logo. So this is our brand, and this is where we've come to. Now, there's been a lot of hard work put together over the last 12 months to come up with the brand. I think it looks fantastic. I'm not sure what your opinion is, but behind that logo, there's a lot of detail and a lot of thought and effort in getting that to the stage it's at. So there's 4 key themes that we hope to promote out of that Albury CBD logo, and that is quality, confidence, sophistication, and a welcoming spirit. So they're the keys to our logo, and that's what we hope to promote with the use of the logo. This Albury CBD, as you see it there, becomes the anchor point for all our communications. We'll go a little bit from left to right. So the first graphic you see up here, which is the border, is basically an evolution of the previous Albury CBD logo, and that was basically the border framed by our streets. The 4 streets form the border. So we've moved from using streets to experiences. We find that there's such a breadth of experiences that are available in the Albury CBD that this is a really effective way of communicating those experiences, and it can also lead to promotional for activities as well. So it gives us enormous scope to be able to promote activities, activations, and the like. In the middle we have, I guess, core phrases that we use. A couple of examples there: explore, stay. So this is designed for the user to want to dig a little bit deeper, to find out a little bit more about what's available under those categories. This is quite a visual method of communicating to our market, and we want to use these sorts of terms to get the user familiar with the use of the website and how to deal with it, and then from there we can dig a little deeper into more specific activities. So we use things like coffee, culture, so we want people to be, I guess, stimulated to explore a little bit more through the website and drill a little bit deeper down. What this also allows us to do is to promote particular activations or activities that we may have in the city. An example of that may be the Albury Gold Cup coming up, where we can use these frames and borders to communicate about those special events. Here's a brand overview. So this is how the brand forms across different markets or different marketing channels. So again, we see here how it looks on a desktop, on phones, on banners, street signage, merchandising. So it conveys a consistent message. Again, Albury CBD, as you see it in the bottom right-hand corner, it was always the anchor for all our communication, and then we talk about either the events or the activations that we're interested in at the time. So we also use key words such as fashion, food and beauty, and also very important to recognise the colour palette that we use here. This is a direct link into other tourism activities that we're using in Albury and the region, so we tap in that by using the colour palette. And it just, all these, I guess, examples of how we promote Albury CBD is to encourage people to explore a little bit further into our beautiful Albury CBD. Again, we use the framing of Albury CBD there as the anchor, and use the framing border to, in this case, have people think a little bit more about what's available just outside the CBD. So we have things like the wetlands, botanical gardens, sculpture walk, river walk in this case, located outside of our borders, but encourages people to look a little bit further, to experience a little bit more about what Albury and the region has to offer. Again, this is all about region building, not just particularly focused on the Albury CBD, but to use Albury CBD as a launching pad to be able to explore other things that are available in the regions. And there she looks in all its glory. So what we have there is a hashtag AlburyCBD, and as I spoke about before, one of the most important things about this whole process is the issue of collaboration, and this becomes an essential ingredient. Now, a shameless plug maybe, perhaps, yeah, well it is. But I use it as an example of what collaboration can do, because I use the essential ingredient there, and in this Albury CD forum, I've opened my channels far more significantly than I can as an individual. So what I do is I open up my business to a much broader community, and that's a spirit of collaboration. So that if we can use those hashtags in all our communications, we get a far greater reach with our marketing than we would hope to do as individuals. So I would encourage all businesses to use that hashtag AlburyCBD in all their communications, and you will find you'll get a far greater reach with your market. Just segue to you. So on the bottom there was our Albury CBD website. www is implied, and the use of capitals selectively there just gives it a very strong communication. So with that in mind, I would love to pass to Kathy to talk more about the website.
Thanks, Barry.
So many thanks to Barry and Michelle and Chris and Brendan for being part of the evolution of where we are today. And it's a bit like, and it's great to see a baby in the room. And it's a bit like having a baby. And so gestation period has been around 12 months, and now it's born. So hopefully everyone looks into its face and goes, oh, isn't it cute? So this is where we are at the moment. Look, some of the things that have happened, and I have to give some credit to, well, I need to give credit to those that have done the hard slog, is that we had the beautiful Sam work with us for a period. He come through PATH programs, then we put him on as a PATH intern, and then he got a 6-month contract with us. Unfortunately, Sam had some health issues prior to us, and he has for life. And they took a turn for the worse. So, but the beautiful thing that Sam brought to us is actually walking the street, because I told him I wanted 110% and he gave me 150. And for a young man, it was a fantastic job. And he managed to find another 300 businesses in Albury CBD that we had on our database. So we have 770 businesses in the website at the moment. So if that's growth or that's change or that's from when we had the website, when we had the database, there's a lot of new businesses that are tucked away upstairs, are cohabitating, you know, self-contained, business accommodation and things like that as well. So, and I just wanted to show you the business mix, and the business mix has been put into place by our 6 key pillars or categories, which is eat, lifestyle, play, service, shop and stay. And so we have 110 eateries, we have 149 lifestyle businesses, which is health, beauty, hairdressers, all those things where you go and make yourself look good or feel good. It's a feel category is lifestyle. Play, which is, you know, the cinema, the playground downstairs from the cinema. We've added more since then, which has been a lot of the QE2 and the Riverlands and things like that. So there's about 17 in there at the moment. 268 services, and that's accountants, that's cars, that's motorbikes, that's, you know, everything that you can do to have a good life, or to lead a good life, or to go and try and get a good life for that situation. 217 shops, and that's predominantly retail shops or things where people sell stuff, and there is a shop front as well. And then 19 stays, which is our accommodation. So when you look at that in regards to a business mix, which is really, really important for us to share, and we will be sharing that, it just shows the strength that we do have in the CBD. And the CBD is just not Dean Street. It goes out to Hobble Street and Wodonga Place, and there's nooks and crannies and all the little interesting businesses. We had a lady from Chick to Chick boutique, because Vera called it Chic to Chic, and she made sure she knew it was Chick to Chick. And she's this quirky little boutique that's in one of the back streets, and she cohabitates with a milliner next door, and you know, it's just a great little vibe that's down there. So they're the sort of stories we want to tell in regards to the businesses in our CBD. They're not all in Dean Street. And we have such a variety, it's fantastic. Anyway, I'll be quiet. So next slide, Carrick. Right, so leading on to stories, what I've asked is 3 of our businesses to just come and have a quick chat to us about their business and why they love the CBD or why they love being in business. And Kelly is up in the video area, and we're going to roll a couple of videos before I bring them up as well. So Chris from Two Fingers will play your video first. Thank you.
Just have to do a strategic pause while she swaps the audio.
Everyone namaste.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. How are we all? Had a great weekend. Thanks for coming along this morning and being part of this, and we're excited to be part of Albury Wodonga. So Marty, my wife, sitting down here at the front, we've been in business now for probably about 8 years. We started off with Dole Hut down in South Albury. We then moved up to the CBD. Since then, business has been fantastic. Being part of the local community up here, we've found a massive difference. South Albury was great, but since we've been here, it's just grown and grown. And having Dude Hut, started off with Dude Hut about 4 years ago, I think the timing was perfect for a new old age barbershop coming back to town. Then we had a lot of ideas while we were building Dude Hut that we've been lucky enough to secure the business next door and take that to the next level with coffee, with a more high-end barbershop, and with the small bar. So I'd like to thank Albury City Council and the Albury Police for helping us guide us through that process of becoming the first small bar in Albury. Yeah, pretty excited now. We've got it open 2 nights a week, so Friday night, Saturday night is the bar. We're open from 4 till midnight, and we've got coffee open from 6 a.m. till 12 during the week, 7 till 12 on Saturday. Beautiful Fayali coffee we bring up from Melbourne every week, so if you haven't had one of our coffees yet, get along, taste a nice coffee. Carton & Co water that we're doing, we're distributors for that around the local area, so if you've got a small cafe or you're conscious about waste and plastics ending up in the ocean and care about the environment, get along. It's lighter on the planet, a really good product. So appreciate you all for coming along this morning, and that's my little spiel.
So next one, Ben from Border Compounding Pharmacy. We're just going to show that short video, and Ben, I'll get you to wander down here and have a chat as well.
Good morning, everyone. I think probably the best place to start with Border Compounding Pharmacy, rather than going into everything that we do, would probably take about 20 minutes. The best place to start is probably about 8 years ago when I moved down from Brisbane to the Albury region to look at buying a business. When I first moved down, I was pretty much fresh back from travel around Europe, and all I had was a backpack. So I invested all my eggs into one basket, moved down to Albury, and found that the business that I originally came down for didn't really turn out to be what I'd anticipated. So I spent the next probably year and a half just regretting my decision and thinking that this small country town had spat me out and I was going to save up my money and return back to Brisbane again. But in that period of time, I kind of realised that Albury was going to offer me an opportunity that I couldn't really get in Brisbane, and that was to open up a pharmacy that was not your traditional pharmacy based on dispensing things in boxes, but it was something that I'd always wanted to do, and that was actually use my pharmacy knowledge to actually start preparing my own drugs and formulations. So we opened up originally a little tiny shop in Lavington, probably about 40 square metres. I used everything that I had to buy a set of scales and some safety equipment. It wasn't anything flash to look at, and it was in the worst possible location. But we sort of slogged away, and you know, with word of mouth, we didn't have any advertising budget, and basically just door knocking and that sort of thing. And eventually it started to take off. We sort of grew to a point where we had to decide we were going to move into a new premises. The temptation was to sort of take something cheap and big out in the middle of nowhere. Because we were a destination business, to most people's way of thinking, a compounding pharmacy isn't something that you drive past and think, well, what can I get compounded up? You wait for a prescription from your doctor and you go out and you get it done. However, in that opening couple of years, I further trained myself up as a cosmetic scientist as well. And I brought on another partner, Lee, who's sitting up the back, who's also a trained pharmacist and cosmetic scientist. And we decided that furthering the side of the business that was in cosmetic science was the way to go. And our cosmetics and skincare started to really take off. So our decision was, rather than go out into the middle of nowhere, we'd make a fist of it, roll the dice, and move into the middle of Albury. We're not quite in the middle; we're on the corner of Smollett and Olive Street. It was a pretty nerve-wracking sort of time. I don't think anyone from Stanley Martin's here at the moment, but they'll know what we went through. And basically, like probably within the first month, our business and turnover doubled, and it's continually improved from about 10% month on month since then. We've been there for about 5 months now, so it was well worth the risk, and moving into the Albury CBD was definitely the right thing to do.
Thanks, Chris. That was a fantastic story. Thanks, Ben. And last but not least, Shannon from Barafino, so we'll play your video.
Strategic pause. Morning, my name's Shannon Barber. I've been working in the hospitality industry in the area for some, I don't know, over 15 years. Back in the Albury Manor House days when Gabe Farrow was still alive, and the Termo when it was still standing. Paddy's, a bit of a journeyman in Newmarket, and then I later took on the lease of the Colcan Hotel, which we've recently sold. Ran that for 4 years, and the lounge came up for sale in Dean Street, and I thought this is a great opportunity to move into the CBD of Albury and execute some of my ideas, which probably weren't taken too well out of Colcan. The foot traffic there is sort of sporadic. And if we're 5 years behind Melbourne, well, gee, I don't know how many years Colcan is. So yeah, I'm the owner operator of Barafino. There all the time now, with my wife Amy, who's a full-time teacher, and recently a new head of security, Hugo. Barafino, that means fine bar in Spanish. It's funny how I lived in London for about 4 years. I'm a qualified PE teacher, and it's funny how you come up with an idea and a concept and you think, oh, I'm going to open a Spanish bar in Albury, and then you get there and you go, I don't know what to do with this place now. And it's just an organic growth, I guess, and it's a moving target, and everyone in business will realise that everything is a moving target, with things progressing so quickly, such as social media. And I thought I had my finger on the pulse with IT, and some days I wake up and think, gee, I'm getting left behind pretty quick. You know, you hear of these primary school kids getting taught coding now, and I just thought, I'm well behind. So that's why we employ the people who specialise in these areas, I guess, with the marketers and the IT specialists. But back onto my place, we primarily do tapas, and we do main meals, desserts, coffee. We basically do everything. And most recently, we've introduced a new bar. It's a secret bar. It's called Duke's Hidden Secret. But I won't say too much about that. So you'll have to find it. It's down the laneway somewhere. So, yeah, but really excited to be in the main drag, and location. We're directly opposite here, which helps. We get a lot of traffic from the cinema, and yeah, we're looking forward to what's coming up.
Thanks, Tony.
I'm going to quickly just work through our new website. So, Carrie, can you press the button quickly? And then before I get started, I'd like to welcome and thank the team behind the scenes. Apart from Sam and Jeremy and myself, there has been a team, because I can't do this stuff. It's the widgets and gadgets and caches and, you know, graphic design and, you know, telling stories. So I'd like to ask Mel Wilkie from WMedia to stand up, Kelly Godowski from Wildlime Marketing to stand up, and Anthony from Integrity to stand up as well. Turn around, everyone get to know them. These guys are specialists in their own right, and they've banded together to pull this together and the website together, and really couldn't be done without them. From the storytelling with Kelly, from the design from Mel, and from behind the scenes, Anthony, you really don't get to see your sexy stuff, do you? But Anthony, what he pulls together in regards to the use of the website is just a miracle. And I asked some big asks, because I wanted to make sure this worked for all businesses in the CBD, and it wasn't just something pretty. So thanks, Anthony, for sort of bending over backwards to make sure it was automated to a degree as well. So what I'm going to do is quickly just go through the website. It's launched and it's live, and each person, if you didn't get business, some of the postcards that are on the seat, especially for you front rowers, by all means that you take some when you get home. And if we just go just quickly, and I do have a green pointer. So it's easy enough to find. Up here you've got home, find, map, blog and connect. Up here you put in what you're looking for. This here, for people who like to see the technical stuff, is a slider, so that just goes through all different imagery and brands that we can showcase that's happening in the CBD. At the moment you will see one, or there's one up there that comes from, that is with the Albury Gold Cup. And Carrick, if we scroll down to the 6 categories or pillars, so this is where the main entry place is for visitors and consumers. So Carrick, if we press eat, then this is where all the businesses are listed. So over here we have the 750 businesses have a location. So you can drill down to those. You can see the lovely little symbols that all dictate, you know, if it's eat, and we'll show the other ones in regards to shop and service. So if you just hover over one of those, Carrick, then, oh, 2 fingers, there you go. Then straight away up comes 2 fingers, and then you can click through to their website as well. So if we just scroll down again, there you go. So there's 2 fingers entry into the website. 2 fingers, and I'll speak to this in a minute, has what we call a premium entry. So we have freemium entries, which is a free entry for every business in the CBD. A premium entry comes at a small cost, and then we have what we call a boost entry as well. So Carrick, if you go back to just backspace, up the top here, special offers and savings, these are all boost spots. So if we click in, for example, Party on the Pavement at Natura Style, that then goes to an event that's happening at Albury CBD with Albury Race Day. So we're able to, and they cost $25 a week and go up to 5 weeks. We will have probably up to 6 of those sliders up the top, and that goes up to every page, up the 6 categories as well. So that's what we call Boost. So Carrick, if you want to go back to, just go to Find. So Find again is the same as the 6 categories are on the front page. So you can go there and find what you're looking for. If you go up to Looking for Carrick, and let's put in Indian, because we know this one works. With the work that's happening behind the scenes with the website at the moment, because we've got 770 businesses and it went live on Saturday, Anthony tells me it's still, is the right word caching or just widget-magitting sort of everything up into the internet? So obviously I'm very technical minded that way. But you can put search in there for not just the business, but for something that the business might sell. I know that I was talking to Sharon this morning. She put fans in there and it put something a bit weird up, but it'll eventually gather all the content together. And the more content that we get on the website, the more that it will direct you where you're looking for. So, for example, coffee. Harwood Andrews must have talked about coffee in their blog. So, but Dutch Espresso Bar. So everyone, don't put coffee in your blogs, okay? Or cafe. So there's a few widgets out of place, but that's just life when you're getting a website together. The beautiful thing is here again, so that's a service. So you can see that Harwood Andrews is in there, you know, it comes up with a little face for service as well. So Carrick, do you want to just bring up Indian again? And then once it uploads, then we've got the 2 Indian restaurants that are currently put in. So if we go to map, this is the map that rules them all, to reference a really good movie. The map actually has everyone that's listed in the CBD showcased. Thanks, Sue. And as you can see by the little symbols, it's eat, it's lifestyle, it's service. And then you might see a few out of the CBD. If you want to just scroll, go zoom further. And those ones there are just some of the experiences that we've popped in as well. Right? So there's lots and lots and lots of businesses. So over here, you can actually have all listings up, or if you click on listing and then say, Carrick, go to eat, then that'll bring up everything that you can eat in AlburyCBD as well. That's in the category eat. And again, lifestyle, play and everything. So it's easy to use, and I think that's what comes back to the day for the consumer, is it needs to be easy to use. So Carrick, if we can go up to blog. Sorry. So what we've done is some of the videos and everything that you've seen this morning with the 3 business profiles is we went out and actually filmed and photographed. We had 20, but we ended up with 17 businesses to put into the blog. And a huge shout out to Nick Wilkie from WMedia, because the timelines I gave him were extremely tight to do all this. But I thought it was really important that we have some content on the website. And so we have 17 business blogs at the moment. If you want to scroll through those at your own leisure, we won't be doing that. But Carrick, if you want to scroll through at the moment, so all of those are what we call premium listings, and also have a blog as well. And we'll be working in the next 3 to hopefully longer than that, 3 months in particular, every week in getting a blog up onto the website, so we have got plenty of content. So if you've got an interesting story to tell, then we'll be coming to find you or asking you to find us as well. And we've heard some interesting stories today as well. So here, for example, and we will be putting more events in here, as well as things that are happening around AlburyCBD. So Roz, from your perspective, you know, we'd love to have all the information about what's happening in council and things like that from events. And we do work closely with Roz and the team there as well. So Carrick, if we just go up the top again, I'm not going to go through Connect, but Connect is how to contact us. So front page, Carrick. Down the bottom, let's go right to the bottom. So get the skinny. So if you want to find out more, that goes to our blog, and then people on the front page can go straight to the map as well. Now, how can we help your business get on our website? So if you click on Business Listed, and everyone will get an email, and there's a postcard coming around to everyone as well. So everyone gets a free listing. So the free listing is called freemium. That's apparently a cool word nowadays. And obviously I'm uncool. So the freemium listing, every business has got a freemium listing. So there's 770 businesses on there. If you see your business up there and you go, ooh, don't want that picture, I'd rather this, I'd rather that, then please click on freemium listing. Don't email us, although if you do email us, we'll send you the link. And add to the cart. And then go up to checkout, because it's free. Go to checkout again. And then you can upload the logo you want. You can upload the business image that you want. You can change your details. So if your business name's wrong, or your phone number or anything like that, and then your opening times are wrong, or your business address, and then it's free, so you just click on that and we'll get that information through. As easy as that. So if we've missed your business, hope not, but if we have missed your business, because it can happen, just put your freemium listing in. Now, if you'd like to do a premium, you get a little bit more for a bang for your buck, for $79 for a year, which is less than a cup of coffee. Some of us wouldn't wake up for $79 a year. Then the premium listing, again, just lifts you up to that next level. You get 6 photos, some more tags for SEO, and also get to put a blurb or a blog up as well, which we're happy to help you with if you find that you've got some challenges there. And also you get your Facebook address, your Instagram address, and your Pinterest address. So for $79, and also we'll give you 4 free shout outs on Facebook. And AlburyCBD Facebook has around 2,500 likes at the moment, and we'll be building that in the next 3 months. My aim is 3 months' time to have 10,000 likes on the AlburyCBD Facebook page. So, and then Boost is exactly the same way again, but it's $25 a week. You get your business boosted. We boost it through the Facebook page again, and it's just for short-term special offers, marketing. So you can't buy that for 12 months. So this is so that we can actually get a lot of these special offers going around the CBD and showcase what we've got as well. And again, it's all that you can control it from your own phone, your iPad, or your own computer. And of course, pick up the phone and have a chat to us if you can't wander through it. All right. So, but I wanted to make it as easy as possible, and thanks to the wonderful work of our geniuses behind the scenes, that's where we're at. Now, this is stage 1. There's still more to come. You've heard the stories today. We want to do more stories. We're currently working with collective groups with the laneways, with fashion, and we'll still soon be talking to food, hospitality and entertainment as well for this year. I think that's enough for this year, but if anyone's got some other ideas, please come and have a chat to me, that'd be great. But this is your CBD. Especially if you're a business in the CBD, this is your website to promote your business. I would really like you all to go out and, number 1, like us on Facebook if you haven't already. Check out the website. Like us on Instagram. We've started doing Pinterest, which is interesting, but we'll get there because not a lot of businesses do Pinterest in Albury. We actually did a research paper 1.5 years ago where we actually know every business in the CBD. At that stage there was 450, and what social media they are using, and we've ranked that. So we'll actually be going back to that report and having a look at those that aren't using the online social media platforms. You know, please use those to your advantage as much as we want to use those to your advantage as well. Okay, I can't do this alone. I have a fantastic team behind me, but it's up to AlburyCBD businesses to help us come on board as well. So, ta-da! Thank you. Sorry? No. Just quickly, because I know you all have to get back to work, I just wanted to quickly Lucky Door Prize, woohoo! Vera's up the back there. Have you got your Lucky Door Prize card, your business card in? We have 2 wonderful giveaways from Regent Cinema. There's a couple of gold passes and a couple of regular cinema tickets, which both are fantastic because it's a great way to just chill. Oh, come on, Alex, you can't win. You're a board member.
I'll go in the back.
It's like the mayor winning. He can't win either. Now, which one's which? So the gold pass, Vera, get Mel to draw it out, and then it's her fault. And the winner is... Oh, Lee from Border Compounding. Excellent. So gold, you have to figure out which one's gold and which one's no, one's gold, one's regular. Isn't that right? Kelly, you're hiding. Get out here. Yeah, gold. Yeah, gold's first.
I'm with you.
So Kelly, you can draw the next one. Come out the front. So everyone, many thanks for Kelly from Regent Cinemas. Legend, Kel. Yeah, I turned it down. Yeah. Nick, Finmart. Woohoo! I think that's a first for you. You've been coming for like 100 years. So that's excellent, Nick. Well done, because I know that you come to all of our events, and that's fantastic. Vera, well, I've got you. What's happening in the next couple of weeks at Chamber?
Hi everyone, I'm Vera. So my role at Chamber is membership, in particular, bringing new members on board and events. So if there are people in the room who aren't Chamber members and you'd like to know more, feel free to get in touch with me. Events, so project management in action. Guest speaker Kelly Sampson from Hume Bank is on Monday the 26th of March. I'm out of breath from running up the stairs. So it's 12:30 to 1:30 at TAFE, New South Wales.
And busy, Susan, I'm sure.
Oh, Sue and Steve, yes.
Sue and Steve are running our project management in action, because people go project management. So touch base with these guys if you're really interested in that. So it's an exciting new group. Yes, it is exciting new group, and they've just been kicking goals. So thanks, guys. Well done to you both.
So that's on monthly as well. So our Border Business Networking event, Business After Hours, is hosted this month by our chamber sponsor, PRD. And Businesswomen Albury Wodonga Twilight Networking event is on Wednesday the 4th of April at Mama. That's 5:30 till 7:30. And our next Business Before Hours is on Tuesday the 10th of April at the Chamber office in Swift Street, 7:30 to 8:30. So you can register for all of those on the Chamber website. Thanks, guys.
Okay, I know we're running horribly over time, so we've launched. We're going to breathe for a little while, and please watch the social space. It's all happening, and by all means, if you've got any questions, have a chat to us. We want you involved. So thank you very much for this morning. Have a fantastic day. Thank you.